Hey, I just got back from vacation. I have what's called con crash, where my body's just aching, and I'm kind of getting old. I did tons of walking, was carrying a heavy backpack for 5 days, so I'm gonna take it easy today. But I'm sure, as you imagine, there's lots of dead time at conventions and stuff, waiting for friends and things. So I've been playing the Switch version quite a bit. Obviously, I'm on the PC version right now, but I've been playing it quite a bit, and I actually got close to having an 100% file. So I've been browsing the Reddit and stuff since I didn't have access to a computer while I was at the convention, and I found this new build. Kind of a fun crowd control-ish build. So I'll probably go through one or two levels. I don't think I'm going to go through a full run since I'm pretty tired. There was a patch while I was on vacation. They made it so that Tomy and Mimi actually show up in the plaza, so you can kind of rearrange your build and stuff. They also added an extra portal in the boss room that takes you to the beginning of the map, or level. So some nice quality of life stuff. There were some other buffs which I have not had time to test. I got home last night, unpacked, had to vacuum my room, and then I just kind of crashed and went to bed. And I'm still pretty tired and not feeling too hot, so haven't really had time to mess around with this too much. The Switch version also got a patch today too. I think it fixed the Joy-Con issues. It has not fixed the frame rate issues from what I've heard, but that's going to be in the next patch. I was going to play Closers today and show some Harpy gameplay on the US version, but that game is running like shit on my computer again. The only way I was able to fix it last time was to update my drivers, but I hear that the current latest drivers for the card that I have are pretty unstable, so I don't think I'm going to be playing Closers until I can either fix that or just wait for the next stable driver. But you can see how this build works pretty much. You kind of group them all up with Tearing Whirlwind, and then you have to kind of aim a little bit. And you can use, I forget what this move is called. Roaring Typhoon, I think. Let's see if this move's called. Yeah, Spiraling Typhoon, I was close. I have done a full run with this. It actually is quite fun. See if I can find the, see if Nox is here. Overall, I had a good time at the con. It's just, haven't really had con crash like this before. I think it's also the allergies and stuff and the air and everything. I'll be fine though. I mean, obviously I'm still playing games and stuff. I didn't feel like doing anything heavy duty. I tried to get Closers working, and then that game just decided it didn't want me to play today. I did have a blue screen earlier today. I think that may have caused some issues. I'm unsure. So that's why Tearing Whirlwind is good. Even though the damage is not that great, it actually gives you a lot of utility for pushing enemies in pits. So now you can teleport back here, which kind of helps to reduce the backtracking. I think they're working on another like bugs fix patch now, so hopefully that will have some other quality of life and balance changes. Basically, while I was gone, I don't know if you guys have been playing this actively, but it's pretty much the day that I left for vacation. In the morning, they pushed a patch that was like going to greatly nerf a bunch of things, and they got a massive backlash for it because it seemed like they were trying to, you know, tune the game for the people who are speedrunners or people who can beat it pretty consistently, when there's still a bunch of people that can't even finish this game once. So they got like this huge backlash, and then within a couple hours they basically reversed it, and I think they only ended up nerfing like 2 things. I think it's cool of them to actually you know, pay attention to the changes that they make and how it will affect their community. I mean, this is a pretty difficult game, you know, if you have like action game experience, it's not too bad, but it's definitely more skill-based than, you know, a lot of other games like this. Most roguelikes are pretty heavily dependent on luck. And I can provide a good testament to this game's, you know, skill-based gameplay, because when I got it on Switch, I actually cleared the game on my second run, and I basically had no items. I was at the hospital for a checkup, and I finished the game pretty easily. I mean, obviously that version's got a lot of disadvantages between the performance issues and stuff, but you can finish this game with nothing, and it's not totally insurmountable. It may not be that fun to have, like, you know, the build you want or a bunch of stuff unlocked, but you can finish this with absolutely nothing, which I think is what's cool about it. There are some things like Atlas's signature and Zeal's signature and some of the other attacks that feel a little bit unfair, but for the most part, if you get hit, it's your fault. There are some issues. I do agree that the game could use some iframes, just universal iframes. It is far too easy to get comboed to death in this game if you get stuck by slimes or something. Definitely could use something else in my rotation, but it's not giving me anything good. Ice Dagger would be decent if I could spec in it, but it's whatever. There's also been a mod that was released while I was on vacation that allows you to see what the items do. So I'll probably install that later. I don't think too many people want to really watch me play closers anyway, so I will attempt to get that fixed since they have that nice event going on, but seems like the current NVIDIA drivers are pretty bad from what I saw on the Reddit. I don't think I'm gonna risk causing more problems. Check the shop here. I'll scope out this level, and if it's not going to give me anything interesting, then I'm just going to go ahead and stop. Obviously, right now, you know, my currency is maxed. I don't have anything else like material to do on this game, so sometimes I just reset if it's not giving me anything, you know, interesting to play with. This run so far has been pretty lackluster, which is fine. This is a more relaxed video than what I normally do. Yeah, I think I'll check the item shop, and that's gonna be it. Not giving me anything remotely fun right now. Best thing I have right now is the Seville buff, and that's nothing really spectacular. Need a, you know, an actual good Arcana or moveset. You know what, I'll go ahead and do this to end the run, since I've already shown the changes. A lot of people want them to make it so that this actually gives you a choice of what you get. It just gave me the same thing back again. In other news, some people have been leaving more feedback on Assault Spy, which is pretty cool because for a while I was the only one leaving any feedback at all. So more people are buying it, and you know, we pretty much all agree the bosses and the lack of invincibility frames on the dash is what's causing problems with that game right now, and hopefully he'll fix it. I think he said he was going to update like every 2 weeks, so maybe next week we'll see an update. See, now this is actually some pretty decent stuff. I just don't have the best supplemental moveset at the moment. So crit damage is obviously good, and so is the Pathfinder's map. Yeah, nothing melee. The axe is like, it's like you don't actually like swing it or slash it. It's like a Castlevania sub-weapon axe. I'm really not a fan of it at all. Dated Sunglasses is decent, but like I said, I need a better moveset. Actually, this got buffed. I think they like increased the damage on it or something, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Go ahead and check Nox here really quick. Apparently this game sold 200,000 copies, which I think is far more than they were expecting. Which is great. I think people still don't understand like how difficult it is to make a game, especially when you're a two-person team. And people have been kind of demanding with requests and stuff, but I think that they're going to get to them when they can. Playing the PC version is such a night and day difference from the Switch version. The frame rate's bad, but the load times are pretty rough too. Like you could have like maybe like a 10-minute speed run on that, and it would probably be closer to like 20 minutes of like RTA, like real time. I even have it installed on the internal memory instead of my micro SD card. It still takes a really long time to load. This game's actually more portable friendly than it should be because of the the sleep function on the Switch. You don't always have that luxury on console, but the load times really hold it back. This is giving me the cream of the crap. It's not giving me anything good whatsoever. At least you're getting a good good little estimate of how this build works. Level layouts are not being too kind right now either. Got double toil twice, which is not really what I need. Tiny Crocodile Heart is way too little too late right now. Generally if I don't get that by like 1-2, it's not worth it. That was one of the items that was going to be nerfed actually, but they backpedaled on that due to the massive backlash they got. You know, normally with buffs and nerfs and stuff, people kind of make knee-jerk reactions and things, and what the fans want may not actually make any sense. But with this game, I think the issue is that the game is quite difficult, and they don't need to be making it more difficult for people that have dumped, you know, tons of hours that still can't beat it once. So it's cool that they were able to come to a compromise. They actually did keep, I think, like 2 or 3 of the nerfs, but everything else has been reverted. Yeah, good old evening gloves, like the worst item in the game. I might grab the permafrost cube. We'll see. Check what the counter shop has. Yeah, it's not giving me anything I like to roll with, unfortunately. Go ahead and take this. Grab the indicated Tabi, that'll help. Yeah, I'm just gonna rush to the end. Might make a pit stop at the Arcana store, try to get some more single target damage, but I'm not even sure if that's necessary. Enhanced explosive charge. I don't think I've ever actually had that before. The explosions burn enemies. Yeah, this build is not normally what I run with. Just didn't really give me anything I was terribly interested in using. Let's see what happens. I can't even really call this a melee build because it didn't give me any good melee moves. It gave me a lot of the worst ones. Ah, there we go. There's something I can actually use, but this move it's not the best on bosses due to the heavy startup. Nope, there goes my no damage. Threw that away. Oh well. Alright, well, there's a full run with kind of what I'd like to run with now. But I didn't really get additional standard arcana that really, what I like to run with. When they do add more of an endgame, they allow you to use Chaos Gems in more ways. I'll definitely be able to probably max everything or start out runs with more options. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to, you know, improve the endgame, but I think it is something they're heavily interested in because they've been getting a lot of complaints about the lack of ways to use the Chaos Gems once you've unlocked everything. Anyway, that's it. That's a little update about what's been going on. There hasn't really been any other patches or updates on anything while I was gone, aside from this and Closers seems to just be rebelling against my PC for whatever reason. So until I can get that fixed, I probably won't be doing anything on US or Korean Closers. I did want to show some of the changes and things, but you know, if it's going to be running at that janky frame rate, then it's not even really worth my time. So I'll probably be playing more of this. I have some stuff I need to do overviews for on the Switch. And then BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle comes out in a couple days, so I may or may not get that. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, see you guys later. Peace.